I'm Shawn. This is my video showing you what I do on a daily basis, 4 times a day, to keep myself alive. And this is my daily dialysis. These are my 35 boxes of medical solution that I have to store at all times. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it gets a little bit less before my delivery, but I constantly have to have that. And right now I'm going to prepare to do one of my treatments, and so I have to clean my whole table off with antibacterial. Everything has to be really sterile so that I don't get an infection, because I have an open port into my stomach. So I have to make sure everything's nice and sterile and clean. So I clean my table. And get in my bag of solution. This is one of my bags of solution. They're color coordinated compared to what I need for my different treatments that I have to do. They're different strengths of solution. Normally I would take the solution and I would put in this heating pad over here and heat it up to about body temperature, but I don't have time to do that, so I'll have to do it cold, which I do sometimes, so because that takes about 4 hours to heat up. So now I'm preparing, I'm going to put heparin, this medicine, it's anti-clotting medicine, into my bag of solution. This is the solution that hooks up to my stomach. I'm going to put it in this little port right here. I have to put betadine solution on the port and on the heparin, and I have to let it sit for 5 minutes at least, so I can prevent any kind of infection when I put the heparin into the bag. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I have to wear a face mask at all times whenever I'm doing this kind of thing. Of course, it's not going to stay straight now. Oh, I should wash my hands too one more at a time. I wash my hands before I start this process, but I always make sure to put more Calstat on my hands to, again, prevent infections. Okay, now I have to let these sit for 5 minutes. Okay, now it's been a little over 5 minutes, so I'm going to put the heparin inside my bag. And also, oops, put a little Calstat back in my hands again. If I ever stop and do anything else, it's always a good idea to wash my hands again real quick. Just be safe. I take the end of the sterile sponge that I'm not touching, and I kind of wipe off the betadine solution off both. I don't really know a lot about needles or anything, but go to number 2, whatever that is, 2 milligrams. Or get all the little bubbles out as much as I can. You be very delicate with this process. It's very easy to stab yourself, as my wife has done. My wife tells me you're not supposed to cap a needle, but I do just so I don't poke myself again. And I kind of clean this off. I shake the bag to get all the peppers moved around in there. And I'm almost ready to begin my actual treatment. Okay, now I'm ready to hook up to myself and put the solution in. Actually, I'm taking the solution out. The dirty toxins and everything that comes out of me is going to come out first. So I'm going to hook up. I'm going to clamp each tube. And I break the seals. Or whatever they are. Make sure that you actually break these after you clamp, otherwise you make a mess everywhere very easily. And these are the caps that I'll cap off with at the end. I always have two because if I drop one, then I'm in trouble, especially by myself. And I can't put a cap on myself, which is very dangerous. This is my little setup here in my stomach. I'm not going to show you everything, but this is how I have it kind of taped up. I have a Boston Red Sox. This I have every day for the past year. I have this tube, catheter. I put the towel down so I don't make a mess. And now I'm ready to go ahead and start. So I pull this off and I'm going to hook up. I remove the clamp from the drain part of the tube and I start draining, and that's pretty much going to be all the toxins that are going to come out of me. It takes about approximately 20 minutes to get everything out, and then after that I clamp back on and then I will fill. And so now it's just a matter of waiting, and I usually watch a little TV or play a video game or something while I'm letting all this drain out. I can also take my mask off while I'm hooked up and clamped up. I don't have to wear the mask. It's just when I open this port at all, I have to always have a mask on so I don't get any kind of bacteria or anything like that. It could easily cause an infection. So that's why I wear the mask. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes or so, and I pretty much drained. I'm not going to show you my drain bag because really it's essentially urine, and you probably don't want to see that. So anyway, and I don't have to put on a mask either because I'm not opening my port up or anything. So all I do is I shut this valve off, and I simply switch the clamp from this tube to this tube. Give about a couple seconds just to get the bubbles out, and then I turn the valve back on, and now I'm filling with clean solution. Alright, so as you can see, I'm done filling. All the solution is now in my peritoneal cavity. So that's done. I'm going to shut this off. I was also going to show you my medication that I take on a regular basis. Some of them are every day, and a couple of them aren't. This is my air nest shot I take from anemia. This is about $7,000 worth of medicine right here. Thank God for insurance, because I could never afford this on my own. I don't know who can, but my wife gives me a weekly injection to help my red blood cell count, which is part of the kidney disease that causes anemia. So those are all my medications I take, and it can get pretty expensive for the co-pays and everything like that. Now I'm going to put my mask back on, and I'm going to go ahead and finish up here. I clamp, make sure both clamps are on. If I don't, like I said, I can make a pretty big mess on the floor. I've done it a couple times, and I've used these caps here to cap. Alright, now I'm all taped back up and ready to go about my day, or my night actually, and I'll do this all again in about 4 to 6 hours, and I do this 4 times a day, and that's pretty much it. That's my life. Thank you for watching my video.